Hello there, it's Rebecca here, and I'm a little later on Tuesday today. And I just wanted to talk briefly today about kindness. And I've no doubt you're all very aware of the news on Sunday of Caroline Flack's death and her taking her own life, and an outpouring of grief and disbelief and sadness and a lot of rage from some people as well towards the media. And I'm not going to get into that here, obviously, but it just brings up so much for me about kindness. And there's a wonderful quote, and I can't even remember who said it now, but if it goes something like, if you can only do one thing in life, or if you can only be one thing in life, be kind. And we have no idea what battle other people are going through, what pains they're suffering. And I relate this to those of you that are going through eating disorders right now, and also those who are caring. And it's really difficult for people that don't understand what it's like for you to understand actually what you're going through. And being kind is so important. It's something that I was kind of adamant about teaching my children when they were growing up, about being kind to other people, whatever they're going through. Even if somebody's treating you unfairly, unkindly, then be kind. Because we never, ever know what's going on in their life. And it makes me feel quite emotional, actually, just talking about it. And what's really important here as well, and it kind of leads on to this, is that for many of us, being kind is what we do. It's a natural thing in our lives. We look after other people, we're thoughtful, we give them space, we send them text messages when we know they're struggling. All right, it's kind of, for so many of us, the majority of us, it's what we do. But what we're not very good at is being kind to ourselves. And I know that I've gone through phases in my life, oh gosh, I do feel quite emotional, where I've gone through phases in my life where I've not been kind to myself at all. And I saw it when Bea was ill, that she wasn't kind to herself either. And it's so important that we turn that love and kindness and generosity of spirit, whatever it is that we're offering other people, that we point that round to ourselves. It's so important. Because if we don't, then we're going to really suffer. And we're going to take everything that's going on in our heads seriously and personally, rather than seeing it as just noise that's passing through. Okay? So the love that you give out, I want you to really, really, really try to see that that's so important for yourself as well. And the only thing that keeps us from seeing that in ourselves, seeing love in ourselves, is the thinking that we've got going on that's telling us otherwise. Okay, and that's not true. None of that's true. All of the narrative that we're saying about ourselves, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, whatever, for that poor woman, what was going through her head that she was taking so seriously, that it looked like that was her only option. Okay? That she didn't hear how much she was loved, how much people cared for her. All she could see was this in front of her own eyes that was keeping her from that. And I would love you to just see that we're made of love. It's who we are, okay? Beneath all of that noise that we're taking seriously, the eating disorder, the anxiety, the depression, whatever it is that we're feeling, is not who we are. And if we can just get a glimpse of that, when we settle just even for a moment and can see that, and I guess what I'm not saying is to create a strategy around self-love and sticking things all over your mirrors and whatever and saying affirmations and things unless it makes complete and utter sense for you to do so. But just think of a little baby. Okay, think of a baby when they're there, they're innocent and just lying in a state of bliss for so much of the time. Okay, and they cry because they're hungry, they cry because they've got a dirty nappy, they cry because they've got a pain in their tummy, they cry because they're a bit cold maybe. And they don't question for one moment that they're not love. Okay, they don't question that for a moment. And we've just built up over time to question that we're not good enough, that somebody said something to us and that it's important that we need to take notice of it. It's not. It's not. That's just somebody else's opinion. It's not who we are. And I would just love you to just get a little glimpse of this. The love that others have for you, just allow that to come in. The love that you have for others, to be able to turn that around and see that you're that as well. You're made of that same stuff. So I'm sure, later today at 7:30 this evening in the UK, we've got our recovery space, and we would love you to join us if you can. And I'm sure that this subject will come up as well. We're going to be talking about triggers, and then I've no doubt that we'll be talking about kindness as well. So I hope that that's helpful for you, that maybe you've seen something a little bit different that you've not seen before. And don't hesitate to come back to us, because we're here to support you. We're listening. And that's what we want to do. So I look forward to speaking to you again, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.